Howdy folks and welcome to ArcheRAGE. Now, today I want to kind of talk about the difference between the different versions of ArcheRAGE. Now, there seems to be a lot of confusion. A lot of people are trying to compare the ArcheRAGE Unchained server to this server. And they're like, why would we want to play on ArcheRAGE when it's pay to win? When Unchained is buy to play, you buy it and you're done, you don't have to pay anything else. It's not exactly the same game, okay? Because of the way that Unchained is put together, you are very limited on what you can and can't do as far as advancement. The Arc Pass system is a way to guide you to better gear, basically. It's mainly PvP focused is what I'm finding. Now, you can do crafting and such with it, but on the Legacy server, what we refer to as Live, or the official server, they have something called the Blue Salt Bond or whatever it is. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it looks like it's destroying the crafting system. And what's the point of that? I mean, this is supposed to be... Whenever I first came on to ArcheRAGE, the official server, back when it launched, that was the big draw for me, was that it was a play how you want, do anything kind of game. If you wanted to go in and do PvP, you could. If you wanted to do crafting, you could do that. You weren't bound by anything. Let me see here. Ooh, that's still going to be expensive. I need a few more aqua farms. I'm running out of stuff. But the way that the official server ended up going, it became very difficult to do the things that you wanted to do because Tryon started making it very much pay to win. They started severely adjusting a lot of things about the game. Okay, good. I got all 4 of my farms up. Awesome. Sorry. I've been needing this for a little while. Bear with me. But yes, Tryon really pushed the pay-to-win aspect of the game, and it really, to me, it ruined the game. I was not happy with what they were doing. It made it very difficult. Oh crap, I'm drowning. I think I'm about to die because I wasn't paying attention. Yep, I'm going to die. That's brilliant. Okay, so we're going to try this again, this time without drowning. Where am I? Oh, man, it put me all the way up here. There was a Nui. Look, there's 2 Nuis right there by where all my farms are. Why did it send me all the way over here? Oh, whatever. Yeah, I know I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry about that, but because of Tryon's greed, the game to me became unplayable because if you wanted to play for free, which it was advertised as a free-to-play game that's pay to win, but if you wanted to play it for free and actually enjoy all the aspects of the game, you had to put in hours like a full-time job. I mean, you really had to work a lot in order to be able to get enough gold to buy the Apex from the whales and be able to maintain an account, a patron status, so that you could actually have housing. Because without patron status, you couldn't have housing on the official server. And the cost of Apex it keeps going up. The last I heard, now it could very well have changed, but the last I heard is Apex on the official server was up to 3,200 gold each. I mean, that's freaking insane. But that's what it was up to. We're going to get an air tank this time so we don't drown. Yeah, I want to swim under the boat so that I do drown. Oh, good Lord, get up there. Do you see this? Good Lord. Now, there were certain things that really stood out to me about the difference between ArcheRAGE and ArcheAge live. Primarily being that the value, the US dollar value of credits was almost identical. Meaning for the same amount of money, you could get pretty much the same number of credits on either server. But there was a very huge, huge difference between the two of them, being that the cost of items that you buy with credits on ArcheRAGE were significantly cheaper than anything on the live server. And the example that I always give, every time, I will continue giving this over and over again. I think it's on this recommended tab here. We're going to come on over. Yep, there it is, the expansion scroll. Okay. Now, you see that my inventory is maxed out at 150, and it's almost full at that. Your inventory starts at 50. Now, in order to get it up to 150 on the official server, you have to buy 10 of these. You might be able to buy them off the auction house. I don't know. I just know on this server they're not bound, so people do sell them on the auction house sometime. So you don't even have to use credits to get them. That might be the same on live. I'm not sure. I'm not going to swear by that. But on live, you need 10 of these to get your inventory up to 150, and they're 300 credits each. Jesus. Are you kidding me? 300 credits for each one of these to increase your inventory by 10 spaces. Okay? Now, that was pretty bad. The last time I was on live, I still did not have maxed inventory. I was still short on it. I think my highest was 120. But I came here and I did a forum event in my first week here, and I actually won some credits. So I did not spend any actual money on this server. I was playing as a free player, and I participated in a forum event, and I actually won some credits. And that gave me more than enough to buy 5 of those expansion tickets for your inventory, because that was all I needed. I didn't need to buy 10 of them, because on this server the first 5 expansions, getting you from 50 to 100, only costs you gold. It doesn't cost those tickets. Alright, so I mean, that right there is a huge difference. But everybody's always like, oh, free server, private servers, pay to win, garbage, it's going to destroy it, it's wasting your money on it, it's worse than live. No, it's not. I'm telling you straight up, looking at the credit values, just that by itself in the cash shop, the ArcheRAGE private server is so much better than the official server. And it's not just the prices of the items for credits, but it's also that they have forum events all the time so that people can win credits. You don't even have to buy them. You don't have to buy them with gold. You don't have to buy them with money. You can win credits on this server and get whatever you want, and you can do this almost every week. Is right now I think we've got 4 different forum events happening at once, and then every Sunday we have the Mirage Isle races that you can win credits on. I mean, Jesus, why would you say that this server is broken, pay to win garbage when it's not? Nobody ever has to swipe on this server. People do out of appreciation. Some people do because they really want to get ahead faster without participating in forum events. But even at that, I mean, it's not out of reach for anybody. Anybody can achieve it. And if you think about how much work and time you spent on live, if you put in that same amount of work and time here, which I still have not done on this server, you are going to advance so quickly. I played on live for years, and for a time I treated it like a full-time job. I was at my computer 8 to 10 hours at a time, just grinding away, grinding and grinding and grinding, trying to get more and more gold. And I was at it for years. I came here. I've been here since March. It's currently coming up end of October. I mean, Halloween is tomorrow. And I have more here than I ever had on live. I have more property. I have more possessions. I've got more costumes, cosmetics, all of it. And I've got stuff that I didn't even see on live. There's custom emotes on here that you won't find on live. I think there's custom costumes too. Because it's not just a private server, it's a custom server. They aren't going through and doing everything exactly like live did, just cheaper. They're also adding in stuff that didn't exist on live. There are custom pets that you can get, battle pets, to help with your fighting. Some of them just heal you. Some of them tank for you. Some of them do the DPS for you while you're tanking. But they have some really useful pets, and they don't cost a fortune to get. And it's just, it blows my mind. I went over to Unchained, where they're talking about buy to play, and the only items in the cash shop are cosmetics. Okay, so if you think about what this game is supposed to be, this game is supposed to be play how you want. It's a sandbox world. You do what you want, play how you want, go where you want, all of that fun stuff. So you're going to tell me that the only items in the cash shop are now the cosmetics. But what if that's what you wanted from this game? The thing that made you so excited to log in every day was the cosmetics, and now you have to pay for them. Whereas before, you could have just farmed for them. Because guess what? On Unchained, they're bind on pickup. You're not going to find them on the auction house. If you want a costume, you have to pay. You have to open up your wallet, pull out a credit card. Otherwise, it ain't going to happen. Why is it just not going here? Am I at a bad angle or something? I guess I just can't put one here. I'm able to on the others. Aw, so sad. That's fine. That's why I put up 3 more farms, because I need a lot more of this stuff. And, you know, as if that's not bad enough, I was looking at the credit prices for the Unchained costumes that they have. Now, mind you, these are not stat items. They are just costumes, just cosmetics. And we're talking 5,000 credits plus for most of them. Now, if you've been playing on live for a while, you understand how much that is. That's a really expensive costume that you're spending real money on. Take a look at this. The Green Man costume. Not a stat item, just a costume. 1,200 credits. On the official server, 5,000 plus. On Unchained, I mean. I think it's the same on the official server as well. So, yeah, I mean, people want to complain saying that the private server is more pay to win, and it's really not. It's got the pay to win aspect just like the official server does, but it's nowhere near as bad. And anybody who believes so is a fool. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Uh, Another point I wanted to make about the private server is a lot of questions that I get thrown at me, or rather concerns, is about the fact that it's a private server. Well, how did they do that? A bunch of hackers hacked the game, and that's how you have a private server. Okay, well, I can neither confirm nor deny that because I don't know who actually did it. I've not met them, I haven't talked to them, and I'm never going to. And on top of that, I don't need to. I've played on private servers for various games for many years now, and there's one thing that I've noticed that they all have in common. Not a single one that I have ever played on will compromise your information or your machine. And it's a trust issue, is what it is. If a private server were to compromise your system or your information, then nobody would ever trust them again. Nobody would ever play on any private server ever again, and it would be completely dead. It would never happen. You would never have these wonderful servers like ArcheRAGE, where they do everything that Tryon should have done. Would you stop it? I'm trying to place stuff, and it's not letting me place one here either. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's fine. I should have enough for now. Let's see if I can get one over here. And yes, I can. Good. Huh, that's weird. But anyway. So while people are concerned about the security of a private server and that they may be stealing your information or something like that, they make more money off of donations than they would make off of stealing from people. And if they were stealing people's information and one person leaked that out, oh my god, ArcheRAGE stole my information, nobody would ever play on this server again. It would be dead. They would lose all of their players overnight, and they would not make any more money. On top of, there is a good chance of facing legal repercussions for that. So, you want to sit here and be concerned about who's actually running it. What matters is they aren't going to hurt you. They aren't going to hurt your machine because they want you to be here. They want you to be happy, and they want you to donate to them. And you're not going to donate to them if you don't trust them, if they're stealing from you, or if they're damaging your machine. That's not how you do business. So it doesn't make any sense for them to compromise your machine or your information. So people sitting here getting upset about why do I have to disable my antivirus to install the game? Well, really, I've played a lot of games, and all of the games that I have played have had in the instructions to disable your antivirus prior to installation. And for the very few that didn't have that, if you had a problem with installation, you would go to the forums under technical support, and that was the first instruction every time. Oh, you need to disable your antivirus before you install the game. Every game that I've played. Some people will claim that me saying that is misleading. No, it's not, because I'm not lying. I'm telling you every game that I personally have played has had that. And I have not had a problem from a game. I've had plenty of problems from Facebook, and if you're browsing porn on your computer, you're definitely going to have problems. But playing games, you shouldn't have a problem. If you do, then they have a problem. And they don't want problems, they want money. So, I just think about it a little bit. The whole issue with disabling your antivirus is not as big as it sounds. It's not as dangerous as it sounds. It's just a case of, once again, Microsoft thinks that its users are incompetent fools that don't know what they want. So they are going to tell us how we should run our machines instead of letting us just do what we want. That's all this issue is. That's the current issue that's happening with ArcheRAGE, is that Windows Defender has decided to flag the exe as a generic Trojan. I went and looked up the code that Windows Defender gave for this generic Trojan, and the very first response that I saw on that generic Trojan was that it's a very common false positive. So, I mean, it's stupid stuff. All the complaints that people have against ArcheRAGE, throw them at me. And let me know what your concerns are, what you're afraid of, what you believe might be different between this and live, and I will tell you everything that I know about it. There is just one thing that I cannot say is better than Unchained right now, and I'm saying specifically Unchained because I have not been on live in months. I don't know what's happening over there. I was on Unchained. It was horrible. I hated it. I'm not going back. But one thing that they have over us is population. Plain and simple. Now, you saw earlier, somebody's Moby Drake was running over me whenever I was heading out to place my aqua farms, but you don't see a whole lot of people right now. Well, a lot of it has to do with most of this area is owned by my guild. So, the majority of the housing here, oh, look how far I can zoom out now. But the majority of these houses belong to either me or my guild members, so you're not going to see a bunch of people over here anyway. And my guild members, a lot of them are having real life stuff that they're dealing with right now, and they'll be on later this afternoon. But that's just my guild. What about everywhere else? You'll see random players here and there. The population took a hit. Being honest, we took a major hit because of WoW Classic, Black Desert Online, and ArcheRAGE Unchained. All three of those had big things happen, all pretty damn close to each other, and we've got people gone off in every direction. I've seen people talking about they're playing Black Desert. I've seen people talking about they're playing WoW Classic, and I've seen people talking about Unchained. They've gone off in different directions. They're checking out the games, seeing if they like them or not. And some of them are coming back, especially the ones that went to Unchained. The people who ran off to Unchained whenever it launched are regretting it because it's not what they thought it was going to be. If you don't want to take my word for it, that's fine. You can find plenty of videos from other YouTubers on YouTube concerning Unchained. There's a bunch of them out there. Just listen to what they have to say. See what you do and don't like about it. Because, straight up, I want to tell you, maybe Unchained is a great game, but it's not what I'm looking for from ArcheRAGE. Not at all. This is what I want from ArcheRAGE. This right here. My house with all the decorations on it. Okay? My property. That's what I want. I don't want PvP. I don't want to be spending all my time gearing up and grinding away in dungeons. I want this. Okay? This is what's important to me. And I can't get that on Unchained unless I open my wallet. So, take what you want from the game and play the version that you like. Me personally, I'm on ArcheRAGE and I'm staying here. I love this server. Everything that's happened here has been fantastic. And there's one more difference I'm going to throw out there between ArcheRAGE, ArcheAge, and ArcheAge Unchained, and that's the staff. We have one person managing this server by themselves. One person. Our patch 4.0 that we had yesterday was done in about 2.5 hours. The server went down. 2.5 hours later, we had 4.0. There were a couple of hiccups, glitches, and errors, which that one person fixed. So our updating started in the morning, and by afternoon, there were no more problems. People had been logging in all day after the initial patch, and whenever something happened, our administrator jumped right on it and got it fixed, and everything is fine now. Our administrator is very responsive to people. Anytime there has been a problem, you go to our administrator and we get an answer. Whether we like the answer or not, we get one. Whenever I was dealing with Tryon, I had a problem. A really nasty problem. And they started out blaming me, saying that it was my computer, my system, all that stuff. I went so far as to uninstall Windows, wipe the hard drive, everything. I completely started brand spanking new installation of Windows, new installation of ArcheRAGE, nothing else on my computer. And I still had the problem. And when I told them that, they deleted my ticket instead of answering me. I thought it was a mistake, so I opened another one, and they deleted it again. And this continued several times over. That's how Tryon treats people. And you want to say, oh, well, it's Gamago now. Yes, it's a new company with the same crew. Crolin is still right there at the top. It's the same people running the game. The same ones that were deleting my tickets. Every issue I've had here within 6 hours has been fixed. And if it's not something that could be fixed, I was told why it couldn't be fixed. So keep that in mind as well when you want to trash private servers. This server has dedication that I have not seen anywhere else ever. Even other private servers for other games do not have a team as dedicated as this one. But that's all I'm going to say for now about it. If you found this helpful, enlightening, or it just irritated the crap out of you, either way, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye now.